I'm a setting sun, but I'll never run. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man walking. I will stay and fight as long as I'm alive. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man walking.
Hello guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel Ultimate Knife Search. Today I'm feel heavy equipped. I got my tactical line from Pole Force, and I got my 4max Scout from Cold Steel, and of course from the day's reviews I got my outpost command from Tops. So again, as I said, I'm filled heavy equipped today. So and you also can see the size difference in these knives here. This knife here, I have made a review on it for a couple of weeks ago. This knife here is go with me everywhere. It's an awesome knife. It's the best knife I have in the moment. So that's awesome. Check this video out on this Pole Force Tactical 9. So, but we put this away. As you can see here, recently I make a review on this 4max Scout here, and you can see the similarities on these two knives there. They're both big hefty knives. This of course is a folder, so but you can see they looks a little bit like the same. They have the same heft to it. So but again, also check this review out on this 4max Scout here. It's a strong folder, guys. Don't be no doubt about it. Yes, this is about the Tops outpost command, and I will leave some description on the screen so you can see the specs on this knife here. I have customized it. Usually I have take a Dremel and do something to the handles, and of course I have sanded down and give it some gun bluing, and I have made this file work at the spine there to give just to give the knife a little bit more personal touch. I think it was boring from out of the box, so I had this knife here for several years now, and I think it really has to have something new on it. So and again, this knife here, guys, is really a knife who have some heft to it. It weighs 500 grams, just a knife, and it's a 5.5 6-inch blade if you take the choil off. So and this is 6mm thick, of course, 1095 high carbon steel. And I will say I have many Tops knives, many of them, and I cannot understand that this is not more popular. This is, in my opinion, the best handled Tops knife have ever made. And I have big hands. It fits my hand perfectly, and I have a very good guard, and the width of the handle is also perfect. So no matter if I hold it like this, or I'm chopping back on it to chop something, or reverse grip, this knife here has some good handle, and it has also a long handle. never see a handle on a Tops knife that's this contour like this. This is a perfect one. So that was a little bit about the knife. I will try this time to to shut up and make some tests on this knife here. And when I am done testing the knife, I will come back and tell a little bit about the result. So let's do this time, guys.
My gun is loaded, it's getting time. 2 shots of whiskey, I'm taking what's mine. Yeah, what you're saying, it's what you do. Your time has come, boy, I'm gunning for you. When hell is rolling down, you'll see my face, won't hear a sound. You'll feel that bullet burning through. Take your last breath, boy. I'm gunning for you. There's desperation deep in your eyes. No turning back now, no compromise. 'Cause only one of us walks out that door. The other bleeding out on the floor. When hell is you'll see my face, won't hear a sound. You'll feel that bullet burning through. Take your last breath, I'm gunning for you. You'll see my face, won't hear a sound. You'll feel that bullet burning through. Take your last breath, boy. I'm gunning for you. Gunning for you. That's right. Gunning for you. Dark horse, renegade, vigilante, got it made. Rebel heart, underdog, played a part, They call me an outlaw. Living like an outlaw. They call me an outlaw. Yeah, I'm a dark horse. Bad news, baby girl. Trouble comes, call it what you will. It's not day, stand tall. I wouldn't matter no other way, no other way. Living like an outlaw. Living like an outlaw. Call me an outlaw. Call me an outlaw.
this knife here is one of the few knives from Tops I have. There's so much heft to the tip. You can see here, normally it's tapered down, but when I make this outpost command here, the tip is so strong and thick, and I will try to show a really tough. This is not something I normally will do with a blade, but you can see now I'm hammering in. You can see here, now it's maybe a good inch in, and there's some, try it again. You can see there, it's so deep in this tip here. It's not going anywhere, and I cannot even break it off. You can see, and this tip there is, it is so badass strong. You cannot bend this tip, so you can really go hard with this. And that's also not just because of the tip, but it's the length of the blade. It's the longer blade you have, the more flex you will have in the knife, and this is short and thick, so you will not bend this. This is an awesome tool if you really have to pry bar something and maybe open a car door or something like this, or go to glass, or what else you can do with this tool here. This is a badass one. There was a little bit of testing on this Tops outpost command here, and I cannot point enough. This is really a badass blade, and I will say I love big knives, but when I carry this knife, if this is the only knife I carry, I don't feel under-equipped. I don't feel I don't have a big knife with me. So that's a really awesome blade, and you can use and abuse this knife. It will not break on you. And if, again, as I have mentioned in my other videos, if there are something I would like they have done different on this knife, they don't have a choil. I'm not a choil fan. I would like the edge go all the way to the guard, but again, that's of course some different opinions. And not many Tops knives, they're not so good to make a 90-degree spine, to take a ferrite, but when I have made this file work here, it's perfect to do some fire steel, and it will light a fire immediately. So there's no problem there. And again, as I mentioned in the start of the video, I cannot point enough. This is some of the best handle Tops have ever put on a knife. I cannot I cannot understand that they have not done this handle to some different types of knife they have, because it's have some. I would say if you have some really small hands, I would say maybe a girl hands or something like that, this handle here maybe can feel a little bit too blocky. But for a large or extra large, and I have extra large hands, it fits perfect, and the guard there, you cannot hit the blade if your hand slips. So, and also like this hammer end here, you can see I have take some glasses with it, and many of the knives that just go out just a little bit, but there are some that's almost not a full inch, but maybe 2 centimeters or something like that. So when you hold a knife like this, you really have some some good length to the handle there to hammer it in, and you have 3 holes there to some lashing points, and there are many questions on the internet what this is, and because there are one little hole and one long, and some say there are some Morse codes and that means SOS, but that's not that's not the case. I don't exactly know why they have done this in tops. Maybe I could write them, and they can definitely tell me. And the knife have some jimping up here. That's from the factory. There's jimping here and jimping here, and that's also a thing that and they are maybe a little bit aggressive for someone, but here in Scandinavia we have some Viking hands. That's not. I think this jimping is perfect, and no hot spots. And when you chop, hold back on it to chop. This jimping, yeah, the whole in your hand, so you have some very good control over the knife. So I normally I'm not the one who rating a knife, but I'll say if I should give this knife here some character from 1 to 5, I will definitely give it a 5, because it's a really a tough blade, and even if it's 500 grams. Because it is so short, it's really nimble and easy to use. I will say if you are a first time knife user, the blade have a little bit of a belly all the way around. It do not go in like, so this is the whole different, but you can see this go in and out. While this knife here, this has one big belly all the way. But when you get used to this, you can really do some fine work with this knife. You have some good control over it, but if the knife have the same length as this and have this type of blade, it was not so good. But when it's so short here and have some belly all around, or it go all around, and when you of course, when you do some feather stick and you use the choil, I don't like the choil, but when you use this section of the knife where the belly is here and the knife is go in again, you have some good control over it, so you can really make some fine feathers. So that's something you have to be aware of if you're a first time knife user and want to buy this knife here. But I cannot see. Also, if you are a little bit hard with your knife and you use them for, I throw my knife, as you can see in the videos, and before I have I've thrown this, it sits perfect. I have thrown maybe 10 or 15 times because I have to find a distance, but I'm not showing you at the video. I'll not bore you with that. So, but I hit at this and it hits like this, and there's nothing coming loose, or the scales are this is and you can use this knife for hunting also. And one thing I also like on this knife here, you can see when you have the handle here and your hand is here, the middle of the tip is the middle of the blade there. So it has some really good drop point there, and almost like a spear point. But if it has a point up here, it will not be so good. Just like my Tom T1 tracker, that has the tip over the knife, so you don't have some good good piercing ability. Like if you have on this knife here, where the tip is going out there. So this is some good heft of a knife, and I'll say tops. It's not almost have to be some new knife on the market. Go back in Top's catalog, and if they make them still, I know that they make this Outpost command still. You can easily buy this in your collection, and you will not be disappointed. So again, this is some good size of knife, and I have shown in many of my videos, I have made this kydex for it here with some tag lock. And of course, when it comes from tops, it has this nylon sheet. And I'll not say that this nylon sheet for this knife is you can also use for many things, strap on your backpack or what else you do. But of course, when you might make something like this, if you cannot make the kydex for yourself, you can. I know there are some kydex maker out there. You can. So this is a good, perfect size of knife for many things, and I really love it. And if I have to say something quick, there are only these two knives here. If I have to compare them, they are same thickness. They have 6 millimeters thick, a quarter inch thick. So I can do exactly the same with this knife here as I can do with this knife. There are only one thing I like better than this knife, and that's the look of it. I really love this tactical look of Tang and this massive spear point. And of course, when you have a little bit longer blade there, it chops a little bit better. I will not say it chops better, but it chops a little bit quicker because it has some more weight out here. But this is also a badass compact, a good knife this here. So, but if you need a knife that can do anything, and you need a knife that's not so big, and you will like to strap it everywhere, you like to have it in your hip, you maybe like to carry it here on your chest, and you can draw it like this, or you'll have it to sit like this, so you can draw it like this. This is a very good knife, and also you can strap it molly-wise, so you can draw it out like this. No matter how you put the knife on your body, it will not be in its way, and that's something that is really awesome. You can say, if you have to compare this knife again, this is a little bit longer, so you can say, it's not so much, but it's accurate just as much as you don't have. You can also have it like this and this, but it will be a little bit more in its way, so I like to have it here. So I don't know if I mentioned in the start, of course I have customized it. You can go back in my videos and see how I customize this. So that's easy customizing, and so you have something like this. So but I can say again quickly, awesome blade, awesome handle. So this is almost an ultimate knife. Of course, I will say for me the handle is an ultimate, and the blade is almost an ultimate. If the edge, as I have mentioned before, if the edge was going all the way to the guard, I don't think I don't think I will carry any other knife than this. But I'm not so fan of the choil there. So okay, guys, I only have one thing more to say. Don't go hiking. Go hiking!